Hello, welcome to Cyber Talk. In this video, we're going to be talking about different things in the cyber world and different things in the digital world. My name is Aryan, and I will be talking to you guys about what the blockchain is and what a VPN is.
Hey, my name is Paris, and I'll be talking about data masking and tokenization.
My name is Nayeli, and I'll be talking about phishing.
And my name is Charlie, and I'll be talking about the social side of cybersecurity, scams, and whatnot.
We hope you guys enjoy this video, and we will start off with Charlie.
Good afternoon, and welcome to How Not to Be Conned Online, the tools and tactics of con artists, scammers, cybercriminals, and how you can avoid them. Let's start. Every scam that works because people fall for it. It's a simple thing to say, but a harder thing to fully understand. Because why do people fall for scams? Because they're predictable. You're predictable. I'm predictable. Everyone is predictable, including attackers. Essentially, every scammer utilizes the same sort of principles, techniques, and methods in order to do their scam. Because we all have a human brain, everyone's got to exploit human psychology. So if you can learn to recognize that, that's how you can beat them. So, how do you recognize that? Well, there are three big tools three big principles that you can use in that. Trust nothing, verify everything, and use your brain. If you want to not be scammed, then you're going to have to use a lot of critical thinking. Essentially, the old adage, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is almost always true. And same for if something seems to be too bad to be true. It's always helpful to stay wary and to stay informed. You could take a moment to think. You could use Google. Hell, you could even just ask a friend. And additionally, it's always important to stay informed about any potential cyber threats. I would recommend watching cybersecurity videos such as this. Engaging with other cybersecurity learning materials. Essentially, all of Units 1 and 2 of the CompTIA exam are useful to anybody who wants to stay alert and informed about their security position. And you can also subscribe to a security awareness newsletter, such as the SANS Institute's Ouch newsletter, or one of their other more in-depth materials. Now, misinformation and disinformation. First, it's important to make a distinction here. Misinformation is information that is not true, whereas disinformation is information that is not true and is intentionally not true. Both can be spread through similar channels, but only disinformation will be used by an attacker. This is useless semantics. Both can pose threats to any form of security, as misconceptions among employees and even held by yourself can lead you to make unwise decisions. Some common examples of misinformation and/or disinformation within a cyber attack include pretexting, a technique in which the attacker will produce a false scenario in order to set up a sort of initial state within the victim's mind, making them more susceptible to tactics and techniques later used, such as, for instance, you may receive a text stating that your package has been received by the U.S. Postal Service, but is being held at a holding facility, and that you must enter this link into your browser in order to clear things up. Within that example, the pretext is that you are being contacted by the USPS and that your package is being This allows them to utilize this pretext allows them to gain your trust and allows them greater leeway in what later techniques they choose. After all, if you call someone and just say, "Give me your money," they'll probably just hang up. So, how does misinformation and disinformation spread? Well, it spreads because it provokes an emotional response more often than not, causing people to share it. Of course, there are some people, known as super spreaders, who will share a little wider than usual. It is often helpful, again, to utilize critical thinking. If something seems off, or if it seems like it's causing a reaction within you, Google it. And don't just look at the first response, look at the third and the fourth and the fifth. It's always better to be sure about what you spread online and about what others spread to you online. And to conclude, we'll end off with a short example about watering holes and typo squatting. So, what is a watering hole? It's a place that most people will go. It's derived from watering holes in nature, places that most animals will go to drink water. They can provide valuable attack vectors, as typically most people within a certain group will access a watering hole. For instance, Teams or Google. A lot of people access Teams, and if you manage to compromise Teams, you would be compromising a lot of people. However, you don't just have to compromise the website itself. You can also attack the way that they interface with it, the way that people access the website, which is where typo squatting comes in. Often, attackers will take up a domain that is similar to the domain that is accessed or that seems legitimate, and then, should the user accidentally type in the incorrect domain, they will be redirected to the attacker's website, opening them up to all sorts of attack using the authority principle in a way that few other techniques can. And that concludes my presentation on how not to be conned online. I hope you enjoyed and hope that this was informative. And please, for the love of God, sign up for Ouch.
Let's start off nice and easy. First things first, data masking. What is data masking? Data masking is the process of hiding real data and replacing it with highly realistic, fake-looking data. It's normally used in non-production environments and for testing. Why should you care about it? You should care about data masking simply because it protects personal and highly confidential data from being exposed to attackers, testers, and developers. Why do you need it? You need data masking to prevent accidental data leaks while allowing systems to function properly with disguised data. All right, so our next topic will be tokenization. What is tokenization? Tokenization is the process of replacing sensitive data with unique, meaningless token that maps back to the original data in a secure vault. Basically, why should you care about it? It helps keep your private data safe by ensuring that even if your data does get stolen, no one will have access to it because they don't have your token. Why do you need it? You need tokenization to securely store and transit sensitive data like credit card numbers, personal IDs, while also meeting our compliance standards. And those are basically two of the most important things that keeps all of your personal data safe. Like even when you put in your passwords, anything of use, all of that is kept safe by data masking and tokenization. Yeah.
All right, so for my topics, I'm going to be talking about what the blockchain is and what VPNs are. So to start, just imagine a world that doesn't require a middleman. This means, when you go to a grocery store, you won't have to put your card in to process all of your card data and go from the bank to the grocery store. You can just go straight from your pocket to the grocery store. This is the promise of what the blockchain is. It is a decentralized place where transactions are recorded across many computers, so the record can't be changed retroactively. This means that there's no banks, no brokers, and it's just peer-to-peer accountability. And why is this important, and why should you care? We're living in a world where digital trust is very hard to come by, and digital world is just becoming a lot bigger of a thing. This includes cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, which means that we need a place where these currencies can be traded without any fear of being hacked or any of that money being stolen. So that's what the blockchain kind of promises. It promises a system that, is borderless and open, and it allows for easier transactions from point A to point B. And not only that, the blockchain challenges the status quo. It shifts power back from centralized institutions like banks and government, and it gives the power back to individuals like you and I. In a world of data breaches and financial inequality, the blockchain is not just a technology, it's a movement. It's a place where you can go to that, you can trade things like cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin, and you can actually trust that the money is going to go where it needs to go and it's not going to get stolen. And that trust leads me to my next point, which is what VPNs are. Just imagine something for me. Imagine that every time you go onto Instagram, you're being watched by your internet provider, advertisers, hackers, the government, and even just regular companies. A VPN, or a virtual private network, gives you essentially a cloak of invisibility from all of that stuff. It encrypts your connection and it routes your traffic through very secure servers that can be overseas, and it hides your identity and location so that you can't be tracked as easily. And why is this important, and why should you care? As we're going into a world of, where everything is very digital and everything is a lot bigger, you don't want websites to track you, and you want to be able to just browse the internet freely. So all these VPNs give you peace of mind in this digital age where information is used as a currency.
This is Phishing 101. What is phishing? Phishing is when someone tries to trick you into giving in your personal information such as passwords, credit card numbers, and social security number. This can happen through emails, texts, or messages. Types of phishing. Email phishing. Scammers send fake emails pretending to be a trustworthy organization such as a bank. SMS phishing. Scammers send text messages requesting personal information or sending suspicious links. Social media phishing. Scammers create fake posts or profiles to trick you into clicking suspicious links and sharing personal information. Red flags to look out for. Urgent or threatening language, suspicious sender information, requests for personal information, misspelled or grammatical errors, suspicious links or attachments, generic greetings, or it's too good to be true. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Reporting phishing attempts. If you suspect a phishing attempt, report it immediately. Please don't forward the phishing email or message to another user. You can show them with your device. Forwarding phishing emails could lead to others being phished. Report phishing attempts helps protect others from falling victim to the scam. Protect yourself from phishing. Don't share your information online. Thank you.